No, no. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're live. Okay, so let's see whether it actually appears or not. Can you open? Can you
Oh
open
yeah, of
my
course.
channel from the outside perspective?
Yeah.
Until I see the number that somebody joins, I don't even know whether it works or not.
This is live. Victor talking. Is
Okay, it's live. Okay, so you okay, I see. All right. Okay, it's live. Okay. Okay, so the sound is good too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hello everybody. So this is David, and no secrets on here on the screen, right? No
No.
secrets. Okay, if in case I show it,
Yeah, yeah.
can you show it?
Yeah,
It's
you
no
can-
secret,
you can
right?
show,
Can you
yeah.
show like the fancy code? Okay, so we're so this is a fancy. Oh fuck. This is a fancy coding thing that David is doing for Victor AI app, and David alone did what teams of programmers are not able to do, and he created the best AI app on the planet in terms of functions, number of languages, and the quality of content. And this is the best AI app in the world. So if you want to learn Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, what? So basically, can you tell what languages have structured courses from complete beginner to intermediate and advanced? Like what courses?
Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Russian, French, Spanish, and English is in the process. Actually, I think we have English,
Oh, we have English. Okay, so
but just A1, A2. We're not like
Okay,
we
okay.
haven't gotten to
okay.
B1, B2 yet.
Okay, so for what I know for sure, what I tested myself was Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. These are really good. So you can ask me questions, ask questions from David. The reason why we do this live stream is because we would like to share with you our journey of creating, working on this app. David is actually programming right at this
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. Is the clicking annoying?
No, it's
I'll
good.
turn the mouse.
No,
off,
no,
yeah.
it's not annoying at all. So basically, this is our document of our journey of working on this app. Currently, we have hundreds of users with thousands of conversations with AI teacher. How many AI teachers do I have in the app? Is it just one AI teacher?
What are you talking about? AI teachers?
So basically, we have multiple AI teachers. There are AI teachers which talk to you. There are AI teachers which look on your mistakes, right? So they correct your
that's
mistakes.
yeah.
That's the way to put
yes.
it, right?
Yeah, it
so
is.
they look on your mistakes. They can correct you. If I say something like, for example, I'm hungry, if I say just I hungry, for example, without M, it will correct me if I make a mistake. And the correction process actually becomes better and better. If you join the app, if you see something, it's like it becomes better and better. Everybody who joined like a month ago, they're like shocked because they're like full-on courses. So 1 year ago, I told everybody it's impossible to learn language with an app. Now I'm just completely shocked because this is just not for beginners. This is the thing that I'm learning myself. I have about 1,000 words saved across 3 different languages: Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. When I watch Korean movies, I save words. When I learn Japanese, I save words. When I learn Chinese, advanced Chinese, I save words. I actually have books right here on my table. Like words from those books, I save them in the app. It enhances them with example sentences and everything. Try Victor AI, search it in the App Store. So, David, what's the reason? Why is this app the best in the world? What would you say? Like, what would you say the number one best thing that learners can benefit from that when you start learning Chinese? Because David is a former client from my Chinese coaching program, right? David, you're not some random uh, venture investor who developed the app
No.
and sponsored me, right?
No.
So he's a real client from my coaching program. If you buy my accelerator course from 3 or 4 years ago, you can see him in calls. Like we were not working together. So what happened? Like what's the like if you had this app when you started learning Chinese, what would be different? The cheat sheets, the lessons, what would be different?
In terms of learning,
Yeah, learning Chinese.
oh man, I would have started speaking from like. I wouldn't have been afraid to start speaking in like the first week or so. Every single thing that you can learn from every single thing. There was this. I remember walking around in Seoul. I think it was in the 5th month of your program, and I flew out here for the winter, and I was just thinking like, I have these conversations with people, or or I hear something said and there's no way for me to like capture it. I do these lessons and then afterwards I forget parts of it, or I see a word once, but I have to wait until the next Thursday that I have a call scheduled with my teacher to ask like, oh, this one sentence in here, for example, this time period word, where else can I use it? How else can I use it? Can I get example sentences? It's just, it was like everything that's been in my head about how language learning sucks and how to solve it over the last 3 years has gone into this app. And the fact that, if you ask me why this is the best app in the world, the answer, I'm going to give like an honest answer, is the fact that you and I use it every single day.
Yeah.
So that means it's like, there's nothing, if something is bad, it gets fixed.
Yeah.
And if there's something that I don't like, I don't sit there and wait for some product manager or some for the CEO to email some engineer, and then he comes up with like, we just fix it right in that moment. Say like, okay, and we have contact with our users. So we have users on Discord, we have people on Crisp who just like send us stuff. They're like, oh, this is messed up, this is broken. And it's like, and I see it, and then within 30 minutes I fix it, and I'm like, okay, it's in the next app update.
Somebody said hi from Armenia.
Hi from Armenia?
We have
Awesome.
Armenian language as well in the app, by the way. We have Armenian language.
Yeah. So I think if you're gonna bet on something, on an application that actually helps you, bet on one that is made by people that are actually language learners and people that actually care about this process. And Victor's learned multiple languages. I learned Russian 6 years ago. I started learning Chinese 3 years ago, and today I'm fluent in both of them. And then next, I'm already thinking, what's the next language I'm gonna learn? It's just the workload is too much right now. But like, I would like to learn Korean next, or maybe go and finally get my Spanish up. Like, it's 2025 is the year of language learning. It's a whole different world now, and you don't have to be shy to practice speaking in front of a teacher. Like, you can just speak. It gives you exact feedback. And when Victor was saying about multiple AI teachers, I just think about it technically as an engineer and different, but the reality is we have multiple teachers. We have teachers that give you vocabulary enhancements, teachers that give you feedback, teachers that run lessons who also give you feedback. There's multiple angles to this, but it's the whole point of it is to make sure that it's like every single thing that you say wrong, you get notes on exactly why you said it's wrong. And it's not only just some notes, because a teacher inside of a phone call or a class can just give you notes and say, oh, you messed this up. But then it's on you to take that note and turn it into a to-do list and then remember to review it. But it's like everything's within the app. Every single word that I mess up or every text message that I get in Chinese, I just put it in the translator, and from the translator, I parse out the words that I care about into my vocabulary list, and then I just review them, and then the spaced repetition algorithm it knows, it's smart. It knows when it should tell me, oh, you should review this word again, when it shouldn't. When you just do the lessons, they're structured and guided. You learn new topics, but it constantly reviews things from before. I mean, it's like a magic textbook. It's like if I lived in the world of Harry Potter and I said that I wanted a textbook that speaks to me and teaches me stuff out of it, that's exactly what I've always envisioned. That's exactly what we're building, and every single day it just gets better. More people use it, we get more feedback. You and I use it more. We think through, maybe we should make this tighter. We should tune that thing. Like just today, we figured out like how many things did I add to my to-do. I already fixed 4 things, and there's 5 other things I added on the list of like what to fix, what to improve for the next update. So, yeah, I really just wait and see what we have coming next month.
So here's the thing, guys. The story of the app goes like this. As opposed to other language influencers that you see online, that their major thing is shooting YouTube videos, I'm not a language influencer in the sense that it's not my full-time thing to just shoot videos. So I've been working as an educator for years. So I've been teaching languages myself, I've been learning myself, and I'm myself also a student, and I take classes, I would say 6 days of the week. They're scheduled 6 days of the week. And how the app started with me and David, 1 year ago, I was like, David, what about we just do the language app? And he was like, let's do it. So we started with the tracking app, and the tracking app, people didn't really get it. Although everything was perfect, everything was good, just like my system, it was about time tracking, video courses, like saving words, then saving words later. But then we realized that the best thing that people really want is just speaking and learning, because they just couldn't get it. They were like, oh, I don't want to track my time and just like put it in and just track it as a time. Yeah. So they just really wanted some learning. Everybody expected learning. So we went with the feedback of a lot of people. It was really painful. We started creating those lessons. But the lessons that we created, they were great. They had a lot of, when you work in a software product, there are a lot of bugs. There are a lot of people helping us report those bugs. And then we became better and better. And those lessons, ultimately, they basically, we created a whole course based on, like, not based on those lessons, but as a new iteration. So it was like a third iteration. So if you download the app, there would be the thing which says Max. It's like iPhone Max, iPhone Pro Max, like this kind of Max. So this is the third iteration of the app. It's the third version, the third new version. There are a lot of things. There's like a feedback, the report that after you talk with a native teacher and stuff like this, you get a report on your mistakes. You know, what's the reason of us doing this live stream? We have only how many people? We have only 80 people. There will be, after this live stream, like my YouTube analytics normally shows a few thousand views on the live stream. Do you guys think we do it to sell you the app? We don't do it to sell you the app. We already have hundreds of people there. Thousands of people visit the pages and download the app every month. Here's the thing. The reason why we do this live stream is not to sell, like this is like 95 people only, like maximum like 3 people download. I don't care how many people, how many of you will download. We do it for documenting our journey.
It's the 1 year mark.
Yes.
Like August 1st of 2024 was the very first commit, the very first line of code was written for this app. So it's and I'm leaving on August 1st. So we're just doing it a few days early, but this is the 1 year mark of us starting to work together. So it's like a very special, very, very special moment.
Yeah, so the thing that we want to document here is that, as we said before, we are aiming to become the world's best language app. And definitely one of the most popular apps, and aiming to become basically on the line with the most popular apps that you already know of, especially AI ones. Now we have hundreds of users. I will not tell the exact number, but I'll tell you we're in hundreds. We're going to thousands. Now we're like closer to 1,000 users in total. We have a free trial, so if you come free trial with paid users. Now at this point for documenting, we have a little bit less than 1,000 users. Let's see what happens in 1 year from now. So this is for documenting, for showing you guys if you want to join the tribe, the journey, to see how the app develops. I know it's only on iPhone. Well, it is what it is, right? It's like me and David were using iPhones. Most of the market is on iPhone. So people on Android, I've been using Android for most of my life. Nothing against it. But you need to pick and choose at the beginning, right? First few years, we're going to be only on iPhone. So you need to know that.
Most companies that end up this is one thing people don't know about is like when most companies build, when they say, oh, we just launched our brand new app and now it's also on Apple and Android at the same time. It's like, well, it's like being married to 2 women at the same time. It's like two communications you have to keep in. It's just crazy. So it's like if when those companies do that, you can always guess that one of them they're neglecting. So, and so for example, I don't know, pick any app on the App Store that has both, and if they just launched and they're on both, they're neglecting one of them.
Yeah.
So, and if you're on the platform that's neglected, most likely it's Android. Then you're going to get a subpar feature, but they're going to sell it for the same price. And most of them, they do it because they're VC funded. But when you actually think it through and say, I want to build the best experience possible, you have to keep your surface area small. You have to focus on one thing and make it truly exceptional, and then you expand other fields. So I would be really careful about apps that are on Android and Apple as well if you're Android users.
So somebody has access to my live, so something where somebody paid. Let me just address their questions here. They're like with the crown sign. Okay. So no, this is in Russian. I mean, you're putting a lot of work and effort into this. I don't see why would somebody complain. Yeah, they're just different people, you know. It's better to have one that works perfectly. So somebody says it's pre-recorded. It's not pre-recorded. Is it free? No, it's not, but it's really cheap. It's $4 to $5 a month. It will get more expensive. It's now $4 to $5 a month. I guarantee it will get more expensive. I guarantee that, because here's the thing. You either go in and buy now for $40. I don't care how many of you guys will buy. Like, we have much larger how many ads do we run? Like we have like so many ads running, so many paid organic content, paid content. I don't care. I'm doing it to document. If I were you, I would just buy it now because it's the cheapest price, $40 per year. So we do it to document. So the first thing I want to document is that we're extremely serious about becoming the elite of the elite in the industry when it comes to helping people to learn foreign languages. Second thing is both of us are polyglots. David can speak multiple languages, I can speak multiple languages. Third, both of us are not only polyglots, we're language learners. So everything that you tell us, we can understand it. If you're a paid subscriber, you can message us. In the future, you won't be able to. If you join the app now, you'll be able to message us on Crisp and tell us what you think. And we can fix it. Like David adds somebody to private Discord accounts, talks to them, makes friends with them, and just asks them all the questions, and they just share their experience, how they would like to use the app, and he addresses everything. He's extremely genius. He does the work that 4 people cannot do. 4 people do less than he does. If you open the app, you can see every single thing developed there is he developed this. It's just extreme. Like just download it or ask your friend with an iPhone. Download Victory AI. Try it for 3 days. It's nuts. I can't believe that one person can do that in months. In months. Like the whole companies are doing that. How many people are in Speak? Tens of people, tens of programmers are dealing with
like
the thing.
50 engineers.
This is just insane. This is just insane. This is a genius level of work. It's genius level of work. So this is for documenting. You guys see that? This live stream will appear somewhere in ChatGPT when somebody will search for Victory AI, how it was developed. I'm dead serious. This is gonna be the biggest thing you'll ever see in terms of apps market. First of all, no language YouTuber, language influencer. You watch a lot of influencers. You might mention a lot of names. Those guys are just YouTubers. I'm not just a YouTuber. I'm a TikToker. Just kidding. I'm not just a YouTuber or TikToker. I'm Instagrammer. No, I'm not an Instagrammer, right? I am a human. I am a human, right? First of all, no, I'm an educator. I'm an educator, and I've been creating a lot of courses for people. I've been teaching personally. I still run coaching programs for Chinese, Korean, which I do recommend to join to learn with real people as well. But I'm actually working with people to help them learn languages. I'm working with a lot of people every month. So that's the difference between me and some other guy who just launches some course once in a while, you know, or does the ad for ExpressVPN. Somebody said, I thought you were about to say I'm an Iron Man.
So you're what, Armin?
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Proud of you too. Hope you too reach goals with this project. Thank you so much. Could you show speaking Russian? You mean the app? Somebody says, I love your app. Will the app be in Android? Yeah, probably in a few years. Probably it will be faster if you just buy an iPhone. So let me read the comments.
Shit.
David is actually programming right now. He's programming right now. So we're gonna look at this live stream and I'll be like, what the hell in 1 year from now? Now we're like less than 1,000 users.
Yeah.
Let's say what will happen 1 year from now.
Oh, we're about 40 or 50,000 downloads. 40 or 50,000
really?
downloads, yeah.
Oh, 40, 50,000. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you're talking just about like active users, people come and go.
Yeah.
You know.
40 to 50,000 downloads as of now, total. By the way, it's for all 3 iterations of the app, right?
Yeah.
It's not only
Since
AI
the
app,
lifetime,
because
yeah.
first app wasn't speaking AI. What framework do you use to build the app? I mean, so basically the basic framework that we use to build the app is a lot of things that I talk about in my courses. So first of all, what do I talk about? Textbook is the best ultimate source. Textbook with audios. Textbook with audios with teachers, with vocabulary lists, with corrections, right? So all those things are inside the app, but it's like an interactive textbook. It's like an interactive textbook.
I think his question's programming related.
I know, but really? What framework?
Yeah, framework is a programming term.
Yeah, but it's a secret, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, it's a secret. We have a lot of
I
secrets.
built a lot of custom tooling. I'll say that.
It's a lot of technology, guys. It's not a joke. You guys think it's a joke? 50,000 downloads in like months. It's extremely serious stuff. The app development. Yeah, the guy meant the app development.
I know, but there are things you can share and there are things you can't. I would say, yeah, if you're determined, you can figure out all sorts of different tooling and stuff like that. Yeah, I wrote like Swift, JavaScript, TypeScript. We talk about programming languages and stuff and cloud providers, but there's a lot of, and the tooling constantly changes as our needs adapt. But
David is not only polyglot in languages in terms of speaking, but he's also the polyglot in terms of IT languages.
Those don't count. Those don't count.
Don't count. Okay. So, guys, let's take a couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Let's take a couple more questions. Yeah, classic.
There's actually one thing I can say. I do really subscribe to the philosophy that in app development frameworks, that learning one toolkit or one framework or one app set and then just fucking mastering it is the way to go. Not like constantly doing whatever new thing came out a year ago, like focusing on stuff that's really reliable and old school. But that's what I would say to Marcus.
What are the beginning tips to learn Chinese? I would say download Victor AI app. This is too salesy to say. I don't really care, but about being too salesy. I mean, if you want to sell something that you don't believe it, you can say I'm being too salesy, right? If you want to sell something that you're 100% sure will help other people. So this is the thing. Just go to my YouTube channel, search for Chinese, and watch all my live streams. I'll talk about characters, how to memorize them, the books, the materials, everything. That's the short answer.
Yeah, you give out all the information out there. It's not the lack of the information. It's really the hard work. It's like putting in the time to actually do it. We've consolidated everything inside of an app to make it like a lot more accessible and easier for people and guide it. So it's structured, it's step by step, but there's nothing really. You've never withheld anything. Like if somebody was determined, you can watch 30 hours of Victor's old school videos and figure everything out. What do you suggest me any app for the Chinese language? I don't know. Do you know any apps?
This whole live stream is about our app for learning Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and other 13 languages. Victor AI app. Victor AI. The link is in the description, by the way. In the description of this video. This live stream is not to promote it. Like I said, it's just too many. Like not too many. It's just like a very small number of just 100 people here on the live stream now. Thousands will see it, but like at best it will be tens of downloads. I mean, I'm not as dumb, to just promote it via live stream. We have a lot of better sources. We have tens of millions of views on TikTok. We have millions of views on Instagram. So we have a lot of videos, a lot of advertisements. Everything is running well. The reason why we do this is because we want to share with you guys as a community, and we want to give you a sense, especially those of you guys who subscribed for it. We want to just show you that we're working on it right now. Like right now, David is working on it. He's literally working on it. Is it a secret something? Some secret here? Yeah.
I mean, no, you can.
Yeah. He's literally working. If you can visually just see, he's actually working on it. He's actually working on it now. We just want to show you we are working on it. First thing I want to show you is documenting the journey, the process, right? We're under 1,000 users, 40 to 50,000 downloads. We're real, only two of us, no investors, no rich parents, no investments from friends, parents, relatives, whoever the hell, no investors. You are our investors if you subscribe for that.
Yeah, thank you to all our customers. All of them are every dollar that they give us basically just goes right back into the app. We haven't every single thing that we've done has been invested into making this bigger. But it's this like self-fueling cycle. We're not taking money off of some fund or some Y Combinator or some shit like that and then funneling it. It's basically all our customers that are funding this whole project. So thank you.
So we are funded by customers, by you guys, right? So we have hundreds of people in the app. Everything that we just work, we work for free. Every dollar we get, we invest it back, right? Pretty much like most of it now. It will be most of it. So just downloaded it. Somebody says really K. Definitely gonna give it a shot. Love the videos and show it from content. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, this is just to document it, guys, right? Just to show you that we're real. We're two people working on a project that minimum how many people work on in other companies? 4 people? 3 people?
I don't know. It would be a lot of people, man, to do this.
Big
to do this
companies like
otherwise.
Learn, Speak, they have tens of people. They have like marketing teams. So I'm a marketing team in one person. David is IT team in one person. Normally, you have few people for at least one of those.
Yeah.
At least one of those have like 3. I mean, the smallest app we know of, it has 3 programmers,
Yeah.
right? For the same app, 3 programmers, right? So how did we meet? David came to my coaching program. That's it. Like he just found me on YouTube, and he just came to, and we were just like, oh, how can I learn Chinese?
Wait, so I was like trying. This was 3 years ago, and I was trying Chinese, and I started with one popular app, and like I couldn't even say ni hao by like after a month. I didn't understand what I was doing, and then one day I just go on YouTube and Google and type in Russian guy or like white guy speaking Russian and Chinese or something, just to see like, is it possible? Am I the like only one that wants to be that? And I found Victor, and then he had this coaching call, and I was like what I got to lose? And we just talked for 30 minutes, and I don't know, one thing led to another and stuff. But he had a very compelling system, and he seemed very convincing. So I trusted him from the very beginning, and then it just like, yeah. But I was one of his worst coaching client students. That's what I want.
No.
I want
Worst
people to-
coaching clients, they don't even, dude, you're one of the best. You know how I measure how I measure somebody is good or bad? Like the worst coaching clients, the worst of the worst, first class, first week, they disappear. Next, I always measure. So here's how I measure. If I, like as a coach, if somebody, he showed up to every call. David showed up to every single call. Like this is how I measure it. Every single, so you're one of the best. This is why you're in like all videos, you know. This is not how you measure it. Like, oh, like somebody learns fast or slow. You're not even learning slow, by the way.
I was learning slow.
No,
It took
no,
me-
no,
and- And I kept fighting your advice every time
No,
you
no,
said
no.
like go forward.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
I don't remember.
I remember.
I don't remember
I
that.
was very stubborn in the beginning, and then I
I only remember
it took
that
like
you,
me like a year and before I finally.
somebody asking about the name of the app, guys. It's right in the title of the video. It's Victor AI. It's called Victor AI. It's on iPhone, on Apple Store only, App Store.
We named it Victor AI so it's easy to remember. 'Cause
Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah. So, yeah, because apps have like, so this is the thing, right? This is not some narcissistic thing. It's like everything should be fucking called like some name. This is the thing, guys. We just have a lot of no-name apps. Let's be real here,
Well,
right?
we tried. We named it something else in the
Lingo,
beginning, and
yeah.
like nobody liked it, and everyone was just, and we were like, oh my god, like
yeah.
what are we supposed to do? And
There
it's
should
like,
be a face behind it. Like, what's the face? Like,
Yeah.
what's the like? There should be something that you know. But they create those random people like Learnal app, like some other apps.
there is a booger hanging out of your nose.
No, nothing.
No.
I don't even know what's the booger. Zillow on Android. Somebody says how to download. That's a lot of work. How do you download it now? Definitely gonna. Okay, so, all right, guys. So any
Someone's just trolling our like 1 year anniversary live stream, huh? The fuck.
Okay,
Now
some,
what?
some comments from Brazil. Na cessado se de semana, sou livre. Why is it only App Store? Yeah, it's because it's a priority.
I mean, imagine.
Somebody says the guy in the dark hair is super hot. And then I see the notification of the app like fast track influence to success with like literally see it, yeah, on the screen. So what questions, guys, do you guys have about learning in general? So yeah, so David came to our program, he started learning, and then it's been a lot of years. And then we were like, oh, and he was like, I'm working on some apps. And I myself, as a part of coaching program from other people, one person recommended me to create an app. And I was thinking about it also for about a year. And then we were like, oh, how about we create an app? Actually less than a year. It's like half a year maybe. And then I was like, what about we create an app? You Americans are too tidy for that. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not even an American. What are your own motivation when it comes to learning a language? I tried to learn Japanese, but nobody speaks it around me, so it's difficult to give me a sense of purpose. I mean, for me, motivation was like there is an urgent motivation and like a long-term motivation. Long-term motivation, I just wanted to become better as a person and live a life of freedom and develop myself in like basically I have this kind of future image of myself, like the dream image of myself, like speaking foreign languages. But the urgent motivation was dating. It was dating or like wanting to live in a specific country. So I was always so for me, Korean women, Korean girls are the most beautiful on the planet. When I was in China, I was more into Chinese girls, but once I saw Korean women, Korean girls are the most beautiful on the planet. And so basically, so for me, learning Korean, for example, was really simple. I want to live in Korea, I want to date in Korea, I want to marry in Korea, I want to build my life in Korea, right? When I was in China, I wanted to live in China for a while. That's why I learned. And I also thought that, I'm not thought, but I'm still thinking, I'm still learning some advanced Chinese, but it's the language of wisdom. Let's put it like this. Like Chinese is a language of wisdom. I think out of all languages, Chinese is just like Korean is what I learned because I had like the really hard motivation for it. And Chinese is the language that I probably like the most, personally. I just like Chinese the most. What's your motivation, David, to learn Chinese?
Specifically Chinese, like 99.9% of everything written in Chinese is not translated. And it won't be. And they have no reason to. They have 1.4 billion native speakers. There's like books and poems and all this. It's like, you know, when you're young and you like play a video game, but one of the most fun parts about playing a video game is like you are learning this whole new world, you know? Like that's why we like Harry Potter. It's like, oh, what you're learning something, it's an adventure. And those adventures exist in reality. And I always imagine like there's just stuff on those apps and on the internet and on books and stuff. Like if you know Chinese, you have access to it. If you can speak it, you can make friends with people that think differently than you. So I grew up in America, and Americans, they have a mix of different people and stuff. But more or less, when you speak in English, you think in English, and when you speak different languages, you think completely differently. And I don't know. So what drove me was curiosity, but I couldn't. I would say I was compelled to do it. It wasn't like I wanted to do it. I just couldn't. Every time I tried to quit learning Chinese, I couldn't quit. You know, I would like stop for a few weeks and then come back. It just like kept driving me until I reached the point I'm at today. And even today, I'm like every single time I talk to my Chinese friends and stuff, I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like until my Chinese is as good as my English, there's just so much more to experience, so much more to access, like so much more. It's a whole different world. And the fact that, you know, once you start to learn Chinese, you see like, oh, like the connections to like learning Japanese language or Korean language or even like Vietnamese. You can look at these other languages, even Thai. You're like, oh my God, all of these things, like the tonality. If you go from Mandarin Chinese, which is mostly like Putonghua today, is mostly northern based, but like 1,000 years ago they spoke something more like Cantonese, more like the southern. And even some of the Japanese, there's all sorts of it's like our planet you can think of it as divided into two kind of halves of civilization. There was the Roman-based civilization, and everything from, you know, if you're on the western half of Asia, like you're Roman-based. You come from either the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantines, or the Western Roman Empire, but it's like, that's our world. And it's like a Latin, Anglo-Saxon, German mix with Christianity in there. But then there's this whole other half of the world, and you can't access it without. Even Russian is that if you can speak and learn Russian, understand like Pushkin and Tolstoy and all this, it's this middle ground. But Chinese, it really is the. Anyways, I'm talking too much about it, but Chinese is a very extremely exciting language.
What
to
about
learn,
dating?
You know?
Somebody said like, yeah, for me, guys, like dating is the best motivation to learn a language. Whatever everybody tries to blame me on, do some stuff. Oh my God, you learn for girls. Yes, I'm learning for girls. What's wrong with that? I literally learned Korean language because I wanted to date Korean. Like that's 90% of my motivation was that. Literally the thing that I was thinking about. I'm like, because like when I was in Russia, I look at Russian women and I just feel like they're just like my family, my sisters. I can't feel anything toward, like literally nothing. What am I supposed to do? I saw Chinese. I saw first time I saw Japanese girls like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. Chinese girls so beautiful. Then I went to Korea. I'm like, dude, this is my personal preference. I'm not trying to say that I'm like this objective truth, right? I'm just trying to say my personal preference, dating preference, marriage preference. I cannot look at anybody except for Korean, like nobody, literally. Like and for what about you, David? How was the dating motivation for you? Like, what is it like to speak the language? Even let's say you're dating a Chinese girl, speak a language whether it's English or it's a Chinese. Like, what would be the difference?
I think well, I'm Armenian, right? So I always think of like if I when I date people like what's the possibility of them to be able to communicate my parents or my grandparents or even just understand us, you know? So it's like if I you know and but so I'll say in the reverse, if you know, for most guys, you take initiative on things, and it's really on us as guys like to just take responsibility on our shoulders. I would say take the responsibility, learn the foreign language, and then you can communicate with the people that you date with. Like, if you have, it's a very big compromise when you ask someone and say, hey, well, let's date, let's get married, but you and your mom and dad and me will never be able to have a conversation. That's a big compromise. People have to think through. And if you can just eliminate that and just be like, oh, I can talk to your parents like anyone else from your neighborhood or whatever, it's like it puts you, I don't know, maybe 10 times or 100 times higher than anyone else. And actually, Churchill said this best, like when you speak a person's language, you speak to his heart.
It's
Was it
Nelson
Churchill?
Mandela.
Was it Nelson Mandela?
Yeah.
This is whoever said this is genius because it really is that way. When people speak Armenian to me, it's like talking to my my dad or my like brother or sister. It bridges a level of closeness that is incomprehensible. We can speak English and we can communicate information, but to convey emotion, you got to speak a person's mother tongue. And this applies to dating. I'm like being really technical about it, but like imagine what it's like when you talk to a girl in fluent Japanese or in fluent Korean or fluent Chinese or fluent Spanish. It's like it sets you so far above everyone else. And people love the fact that you learn multiple languages. It just puts you in the top 1% of all people on the planet because it's really hard and it takes a lot of dedication and stuff.
So for me, I always want to become the best at everything that is important to me. So there are a few things, a few domains that I just have a self-image for my future, right? Image of myself for the future. And I always imagine myself speaking multiple languages. That's the thing. Like, and then I started with this, and then I went to those foreign countries, and then I realized that when I was back in Russia, I realized that I couldn't look at like women from my own country. I was like, I couldn't look at girls because it's like I was so unattracted to them. It's like I just can't. Like I just couldn't. You know. So it's just like something changed. Nothing crazy happened with me when I was in Asia. I mean, like for the first time. But it's like something changed. And when I started learning, and then I realized I look at how like I started learning Chinese. I saw how big Chinese economy is. I'm like, dude, what is even like, why can't you learn Chinese? Like, this is massive. Then I went to Korea. I'm like, Korea is the best. So I started learning Korean. Somebody speak. 너는 얼마나 많은 언어를 잘 알아? So basically, that's the thing, right? So just find your motivation and don't be shamed by it. The reason why I'm talking about it right now is because I saw somebody in comments say that they're ashamed of their motivation.
What, because of dating?
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous.
Somebody from the Western world, you know who will be shaming you for the. I might get canceled for that. Somebody who will be shaming you for the motivation is the fugly person, who wouldn't be able to date you anyway. Like that's the thing, right? Like the person who will be shaming you is the person who it's people who shame, they're never above you. They're always below you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Haters, the thing with haters, the people who shame you, there are people who are always below you. Every single person.
You will never meet someone doing better than you that throws hate on you.
Yes. Like people who actually, like, among all the haters. So listen, my languages are not perfect. I make mistakes. I've never seen a hater pointing out on a real mistake. Never. I'm like, I would be so happy if haters would just let me know where I can improve, but they never do that. They just point out some bullshit which is not true. And only, you know why? It's because people who are extremely smart, who can see everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm speaking, who can see through it, they don't even comment because they don't care. They don't care. Guess why? Because they don't see themselves below my level of proficiency or whatever it is. That's the thing. Why? Only people who see themselves below you, they comment and they start hating. So if somebody tries to shame you that you learn a language for the motivation of dating, I would just say this is a major red flag and just delete them from your life. That's the thing. Hi Victor, love your videos. I'm Chinese trying to learn Russian. I would love to try you up, guys, but unfortunately I have Samsung. Love your stuff, man. Keep going for love from India. Yeah, so totally agree. When somebody speaks to me in French in a foreign country, it feels like home. Oh, Marcus from France.
I think the shame thing is really important to address. Like first of all, like dating is like who you're with in your life. It's like it's hardwired in us to be with other people. And dating is the most intimate and also the most important thing you have to get right. Like you don't want to mess this up. Friends can come and go, but people that you decide to stay with, especially that close, it's like, or build a family with, I don't know why. I don't understand where the shame comes from. I think it's no, it's absolutely unnecessary. I think in American Western cultures, they associate dating together with other things like being asked, or like hookup culture and all this kind of stuff, where it's not purposeful. Whereas like when you come to Asia, this is a more Asian or more traditional mentality in Asian countries, but they don't really have that same concept of like just dating for fun and having this kind of negative association with it. I think that's a modern phenomenon, but for the most part, and this shame, I hate shame. Shame is used to control people. Like that's all shame is for. It's like we shame people for, running other people over with their car or doing like bad things. But it's just a control mechanism. But when it's specifically about something that you could better yourself with, like shaming people for going to the gym, shaming people for wanting to lose weight, shaming people for wanting to develop new skills. Like yes, learning a language helps you with dating, but it helps you with making friends. It helps you getting a job. Like, have you ever told people on your live stream your story with how you came to Korea? And like,
yeah, I kind of did, but I think nobody remembers. I'll do it next time because it will take like 2 hours.
His story is crazy. It's like languages. I don't know. It's like saying I don't know. It's such a crazy thing. But whatever shame you have, like you gotta focus on that and then just completely eliminate or delete it. Like
yeah,
it's a normal part of life. It's a very important part of life.
Yes. All right, guys. So let's finish here. I'm just gonna be hitting the gym, and so let's finish here. Thank you so much for joining, and we're really excited to proceed our journey with Victor AI and with developing the greatest app and doing the greatest service to most of the people that we can help when it comes to language learning in the world.
Anyone that uses our app, it's all just to go faster than us. Like it took me 3 years to get to my level. People should get to that in 6 months.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So thank you so much for joining, and download Victor AI from App Store. Click the link in the description, or I'll also do a pinned comment. See you next time. Bye bye.
Take care.